Hey everyone, it's Maribel Blue with a new Pathetically Unfiltered. Today we are going to talk about the racist kids. They are not children by any means necessary. So if you are new here, welcome to this channel. I talk everything about politics and everything else in between there. I know I said that I was trying to stray away from politics, but for some reason I keep getting sucked back in. And if you are not new, welcome back. A couple of days ago, Harry came out with a YouTube video with regards to political exposing these conversations between these alleged kids. And they are not kids. Let me tell you something. They are some grown ass ugly ass people, every last one of them. And we should not be surprised because MAGAs aren't very good looking people anyway. You can hate me for that comment. Guess what? I don't give a fuck. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video and let's get into it. Now, I just want to say before we get started, what I like about Harry's video is how he put the text with the person who was saying these texts. Okay. So let's talk about this first.
So look, you might have seen this story by now, but I don't think it's getting the attention it actually deserves or the coverage it actually deserves. I'm going to cover this story in a different way for you, a way that I think holds the perpetrators more accountable than some in the mainstream media are doing. If you haven't seen this article yet, Politico obtained thousands of leaked text messages from young Republican leaders across the country being misogynistic, racist, anti-Semitic, homophobic in group chats. Leaked pages, thousands of leaked pages of these text messages where they say some of the most disgusting things. And yet these are people who hold high-ranking positions in the Republican Party. Just look at the headline, quote, "I love Hitler. Leaked messages expose young Republicans' racist chat." And you can see some of these racist messages and these disgusting texts on your screen right now. Those are just a taste of what's to come. But as I mentioned, I want to cover this story in a different way. A lot of mainstream media outlets are just going over the text and saying how bad this is. I want to do it differently. I want to put a face to the names. So I'm going to show you the faces, the pictures of all these people behind these messages to make sure that right now they have no peace. They must be held accountable for their actions. And without further ado, let's dive into this story. Leaders of young Republican groups throughout the country worried what would happen if their Telegram chat ever got leaked. But they kept typing anyway. They referred to black people as monkeys, mused about putting their political opponents in gas chambers. They talked about sexually assaulting their enemies and driving them to take their own lives, and praised.
Let me just stop for a moment. These sentences alone are absolutely disgusting. Calling black people monkeys and watermelon people, putting the stereotype of what or who black people allegedly are is disgusting. Putting political opponents in gas chambers. Have you ever seen anybody die in a gas chamber? I personally have not. I don't think I want to. I've seen enough kinds of death online to know that there are some things that I don't want to see anymore. Anybody who's been on rotten.com a long time ago, believe me, those are things that you don't ever want to see. So for anyone to be talking like this clearly has no idea whatsoever what it is that they're saying. And let me be clear in what I'm saying. It's not that they don't know. It's that they're being willfully stupid and talking a lot of shit they know nothing about. They don't want to learn. They don't. They want to remain stupid and then pass on that stupidity to other people. And they think they sound smart, and they're not. They are absolutely clueless in their motherfucking minds about what it is that they're saying here. The other thing, they talked about raping their victims. These are people who have serious mental issues that have never been dealt with. Instead, they are being raised like the way DJT was raised by his dad, knowing full well that he was raising a motherfucking narcissist and did nothing about it. Do you know why? Because his father was also a narcissist and also a racist. Let's continue.
Republicans who they believed supported slavery. This paragraph, a short paragraph, tells you much of what you need to know about who these people are, their beliefs, and what they were saying in this chat. It is truly appalling. But let's get to some faces. William Hendricks, the Kansas Young Republicans vice chair, used the words, those racial slurs on your screen right now, variations of a racial slur, more than a dozen times in the chat. And that right there, folks, is William Hendricks. William Hendricks, who has this decently
a fucking ugly ogre ugh. Continue.
high-ranking position in the Republican Party. This is the guy using racial slurs in the chat. And you'll see after I show you a couple of these photos, all of these guys behind these texts look very similar. They look very similar. You'll see what I mean in just a moment. But that right there is William Hendricks, who will continue to pop up throughout the story. Bobby Walker, the vice chair of the New York State Young Republicans at the time, referred to sexual assault as epic. That's Bobby Walker right there, everybody. High-ranking position in the Young Republicans Club in the Republican Party in New York. That's the man saying assault is epic.
You know, one would think that some of these motherfuckers need to invest in a real doll. A real doll will not complain. It costs a lot of money, but the investment is priceless for as long as you take care of it and you clean it. I mean, he doesn't look very clean, so I highly doubt that he will invest in a doll and then take care of it and having to clean it of all the jizz that he's gonna leave behind and then complain when it stops working because you didn't fucking clean it. Let's continue. These people are so disgusting.
I mean, just who raised this guy? I mean, that's what I'm sitting here. I'm a young Gen Z man. Who raised this guy?
Probably asshole parents.
What makes him think it's funny? Let's make any of these losers think that these kind of comments are funny. It's just so infuriating. Peter Gunta, who at the time was chair of the same organization, wrote in a message sent in June that everyone that votes no is going to the gas chamber. Just absolutely disgusting comments. And this is Peter Gunta right there.
I mean, seriously, look at this dude. Who knows if, you know what? Let me not say anything. Let's continue. Because I have so many terrible things to say that's probably not YouTube friendly.
That's Peter. That's the guy behind these text messages. Just absolutely horrific. Let's continue. Gunta was referring to an upcoming vote on whether he should become the chair of the Young Republican National Federation, the GOP's 15,000-member political organization. Here are some of these leaked text messages. You have Peter up here, that's PG. Everyone that votes no is going to the chamber, and everyone that endorsed but then votes for us is going to the chamber. Then this guy says, this is the, let's get his name down here. They have his names labeled. Bobby Walker, who we just saw a moment ago. Let me show you his face again. Just put him on blast again. I'm going to keep doing this. I'm a dog with a bone right now. When do we start bullying, dude? AK says we have a solid 3 people who can have them and want to jump. That right there is this woman right here, Annie K. Katie. That's Annie K. Katie. That's a person in this.
Let's just stop it right here. Let's just address the pink elephant in the room. Why don't we? It's disgusting when you have these clueless young men that believe in their stupid ass fucking mind they are superior somehow when they are not. I'm going to turn this off for a minute. Women like her have some serious deep-rooted issues. I don't know if she experienced some kind of suppression at home or Ghislaine Maxwell is her mentor in some sort of way without being physically there. You have got to have some real world issues when you are in a chat listening to men talk about rape and being okay with it. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, seriously, what is wrong with you? How do you, as a young woman, advocate for this? Someone break it down for me, because if you are on the far right and you think any of this is okay, and you know what happened during slavery, and you're okay with it in 2025, you need to get your fucking head examined.
Let's continue. If they vote for us, why would they be gassed? When do we bring that side out, says Annie K. Katie. And then Peter goes on to say, I'm going to create some of the greatest psychological torture methods known to man. Once again, that's him right there. I'm going to keep putting the faces to the names. Known to man. Once again.
Just look at the picture is psychological torture all by itself. Can you imagine sitting next to this, having dinner, and looking at this across from you? That's psychological torture. He doesn't need to do anything else. His face is the torture. I should have warned you in advance that this video was going to be a bit animated. Let's continue.
That's him right there. I'm going to keep putting the faces to the names. And then this guy, JM. Can we fix the showers? Gas chambers don't fit the Hitler aesthetic. I mean, I am getting like, I feel like it's coming through in the video. I'm getting like furious as I'm reading these things because this is the opposition, especially to folks like myself, young Gen Z men. These are the people that I'm working against. These are the people that my friends on YouTube are working against. My friends in the content creation space, my friends in politics are working against. Hateful, bigoted, racist losers. Let's call them what it is. I won't stop calling them what it is. That's what they are. And let me just show you who this JM guy is. Joe Maligno. Joe Maligno. Let's get Joe up here. Let's get Joe up here. There he is. The vice president of the Staten Island Young Republican Club. Look at him. That's Joe right there. All of these guys are mediocre white dudes.
I don't even know what to say. I honestly don't know what to say. There is something wrong with you when you have this deep level of hate for other people who come into this country. I'm going to say something. You have got to have some serious mental issues to have this deep level of hate for people who come into this country. When I was growing up in the 80s, people who came here to the United States of America came here for a better life. This whole thing of welfare and free health, where's the free health care at? Somebody tell me about the free healthcare here in the United States, because I don't know anything about free healthcare. As a matter of fact, I will say this. There was one time I was at the doctor in New York City, and these foreigners came in. I don't know if the girl got sick or whatever, but she needed to see a doctor. She didn't have health insurance. She had to pay out of pocket, and they whipped out their credit card so that she can get care. It wasn't free. She was charged for it. So all of these stories about free healthcare, it's bullshit. I work in the healthcare industry, and I'm going to tell you something. I haven't spoken to one patient who is not a United States citizen. They all are. They're all on Medicaid. They're all seniors. They are American citizens. And any young person that I've seen on TikTok lives, yeah, I voted for Trump because I like what he's doing to the immigrants. You sound like assholes. That's what I hear when you guys talk. You sound like fucking idiots. And you know why? Because you are a fucking idiot. I said what I said, and if you don't like it, I really don't care. And the older men who come at women, you've got your whole other separate issues that you've never dealt with your whole entire life. You blame your problems on failed relationships of other people, never taking accountability. Do these young people have a chance? No, but I'll tell you this much. Everything that JD Vance said, these are just kids.
Grow up. I'm sorry. Focus on the real issues. Don't focus on what kids say in group chats. Kids do stupid things, especially young boys. They tell edgy, offensive jokes. Like, that's what kids do. And I really don't want us to grow up in a country where a kid telling a stupid joke, telling a very offensive stupid joke, is cause to ruin their lives.
These are just kids joking around. JD Vance, seriously. These are not kids. These are grown ass adults who are having conversations knowing full well what it is that they're saying. And what they're saying is absolutely disgusting. And anyone who advocates for this, you still have a chance to get some help and fix your head. Because if you don't, you're going to age faster than any wine made known to man. So, with all that being said, this is Maribel Blue signing off. I would love to read your comments and thoughts on this whole Telegram fiasco thing. And as always, remember, be good to yourself, be good to each other, and most importantly, take care of you. Bye, everybody.